In this video, I'll be making copper metal by reacting iron with a solution of copper sulfate. My source of iron will be steel wool, not stainless steel wool, and I will be reacting it with 28 grams of copper sulfate as my iron weighs 10 grams. Start by dissolving the copper sulfate into 250 ml of water. Copper sulfate is really soluble and should easily dissolve, but it may take some time. Once copper sulfate has dissolved, then drop in your iron. I tried to open the raw bit to give it some more surface area for the copper sulfate to act, rather than only letting the outside react. Immediately you should see a reddish layer form on the outside of the iron as it slowly dissolves into solution, leaving a deposit of copper on the outside as a spongy precipitate. If you don't have any iron laying around, you can substitute it for magnesium, zinc, aluminium or tin, just to name a few. You'll just have to change the weight of your reagents that have been used. I left this for a few hours to let the two chemicals react. I was left with a layer of copper at the bottom while I had unreacted material, presumably carbon from the steel, at the top. Filter off the solids from the liquid by passing it through a coffee filter. If you have a vacuum filtration set up, then use that, otherwise just use gravity. This is what I was left with after scooping out the precipitate. You can see a beautiful colour of copper in the middle, while there's a darker colour around the edges from the impurities, but this isn't an issue for me. I made a dilute solution of hydrochloric acid and added it to the copper for any other iron that might not have reacted. Alter the copper again. I'm just using the coffee filter I just used, as I'm not worried about any impurities, as I'm not going to be needing this copper anymore in the future. This is what I was left with after filtering and drying. Copper powder easily oxidizes to copper 2 oxide when exposed to air, so your yield might drop if left in the open for too long. So you won't always get left with a nice red metal colour, as it will slowly turn a darker shade. My yield from this was only 50%. This could be due to the fact that the copper was oxidizing when it was being filtered, and when I added the hydrochloric acid, it dissolved the copper oxide that had formed. Nevertheless, this is a good way to get copper metal from two easy to get chemicals. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, rate and comment.